Hey, welcome everyone. Hi Bella, hi Renee. I'm not gonna even attempt to pronounce that name, sorry, but hello to you. So we're back in this last Vectober of the year. So today we're gonna be doing Yowl, but it's kind of like the sound that a werewolf makes. So it's because I was doing A to Z and I couldn't think of anything for Y. So there we go. So we're gonna start off as usual, which is to look at the entries for the last times. Those are my ones. And then we'll go into other people's. So we got Mavericks Day 24. And Bella's Day 24. We got Tokamoka's Day 24. Hey, Marta. Hey, nice to see you. Nostradamus, is it? I don't know. I'm drawing a blank there. Sorry, mate. Welcome. Glad to have you here. We got Mavericks Day 25. We jump to Mavericks Day 27. Mavericks Day 28. And we got a double entry from Bella. Day 27 and 28. Then we got a Maverick 29. We got a Bella 29. We got a Bella Day 3, which is today. Werewolf. You think that's your favorite of yours? Okay. We got a Maverick Day 30, which is today's werewolf as well. And then we got something special from Bella, which is all the ones that she's done. Very cool, this. I'll just zoom in so you can see them. Got a few. So I think that's every entry. Okay. So we're out of time really now, but it would have been entries in the Discord. So obviously there is no follow on live to this, it's just the weekly live. So we'll get back to asking your questions for next time. How do we go about asking? You can ask directly in the chat, ask in the comments, ask in our Q&A section of the Discord, or ask in the Facebook community. There's QR codes there on the screen, or you can tap the links in the description. And that brings us to today's. I don't know whether you can see it there, it's quite dark. Let me try and turn some of those layers off. If I can find them. I think it's that one. There you go. So that is my sketch for the werewolf right there. And this is him in full vector flats. Turn off the sketch. Turn back on those now because in color it makes them pop. I put woof because I was like, that's funny. The prompt was yowl. Say woof. But as usual, we're going to be shading him today. We're going to be using the usual purple and yellow technique. I must find out the name for this thing. Before I do get into that though, do you want to have a quick look at the new thing that they've come out with? This is Affinity 3.0. It's only on PC right now, which is why you haven't seen it on my iPad yet. And I wouldn't have a clue where to start with. I don't know much about the PC version as it is, let alone this new thing. But I did download it just before the stream so that you could see it. So free forever is what they say. Let's see how long that lasts, shall we? I got a feeling that they might sort of like get everyone in with the free thing, and then once you're sucked into their workflow using this program, then it's like to continue using it for, I don't know, say version 4, then you're gonna have to pay. That's what I'm thinking in my head, because nothing's free at the end of the day, so it's got me very suspicious. But yeah, that is 3.0. I'm just gonna swap back to the iPad and let's start using the purple and yellow technique to shade them in. And let's go to the face first. And let's go on that layer in particular. Let's start doing this. We're gonna have, where are we gonna have the sun do? He's very symmetrical, this character, so it doesn't really matter when you have the sun from. I'm gonna go with top left. So I'm gonna start with coming down here and having this entire side of the face in shadow like this. Just made that connect because that didn't connect very well. So I'm going to go to a purple. Right there. Get rid of that horrible streak. And then change the blend mode to multiply and 50%. And then clip it with inside that shape. And then we can just adjust the nodes to make it make sense. Like this. So a little bit like that. And maybe down here. Actually, we'll have it in line with that. Yeah, there we go. Very hard shadow, that one. Yeah, I'm still gonna keep it there. So let's do the rest of his face. So underneath those eyebrows, there will definitely be a shadow. So they are rather large. So let's put that shadow in. Again, going with purple. And get rid of the streak. Change it to multiply 50%. And it's actually already inside the layer, so that's all good. Just gonna adjust the nodes to make it make sense with the join. Just like that. I think it's like that. Yeah, that looks pretty good. His nose would stick out further than the rest, so I add a little shadow by his nose. About here. Doing the same, getting rid of the streak. Make it purple. Give it a multiply 50%. It's already in the clipped into that shape, so that's all good. Now we'll just make it make sense with the node tool. Just gonna zoom out so you see it's doing it right, which I think it is. Yeah, cool. So let's go to the next bit of the fur. This bit here. And let's put this in that same shadow. So following that line straight down. And it actually doesn't cover like the whole thing, if you know what I mean. So we can get away with that. Again, get rid of the streak. It's already purple. Clip it inside the shape. Change it to multiply 50%. And now make it make sense to the rest of the drawing with the node tool. Think like that, around there. Like I say, this one doesn't matter because it's already in there. Yeah, and something like that. And now we'll go to the next bit of fur with this one. And do the same. So following that line, probably about there. And I don't think you see this bit either. Oh yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. So yeah, we'll go from there down to here and round. So that when we do the rest, just take off the streak, go to multiply 50%, and then just make sure it's clipped inside that fur layer. Just like so. Now we just gotta move it so it makes sense. So I'll zoom right in with this one. Yeah, I think that's about right. And then down here, we'll actually have that going to the point of the beard like that. Just like that. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Now I'm gonna go for the ear that's on that side, so this one. And I'm gonna go to the pen tool, do the same again here. Just go all over every layer like that. And this time, actually what I should have done is, no, I can't see it. I was gonna say, if you just make it go, I'm gonna turn that purple off so I can see. Yeah, just make it towards that ear shape, if you know what I mean. So we're not gonna clip it this time, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna affect every color that's underneath it. So just making sure that it's on the black line. I think that's about right. Yeah. Yeah, that's about right. So now, when I put that purple back on, and I go to multiply 50%, now it'll affect every different color differently. That's why you can see it reflecting different on each color there. So that's that one. I think that's it for his head. Maybe you could do a bit of his teeth. So we'll do a little bit of that. Start with this one. We just want to go. So the lip would go. He's a pretty cool werewolf. Good. Yeah, the lip would cover some of the tooth with shadow. And then it's down to the point. Just like that. Just gonna take off that streak so it looks like the same. Clip it inside the tooth. Change it to multiply 50%. And then just make that smooth. And there we go. Just like that. Yeah, that's about right. And just do the same on every tooth. So do this one. Start it there. And we'll go down to this corner this time. So this lot here. Get rid of the streak. Clip it inside that tooth. Change it to multiply 50%. And then bend it around. It's not letting me clip it right to you. I'm gonna have to zoom right in. Just on that point right there. Too much of a perfectionist, that's what it is. Oh, it's annoying me. Right, now, yeah, there we go. Oh, I just had a virus start on my laptop. That's a bit weird. It's gone now. Gonna carry on doing these teeth. So this one would be more this side. So again, we take into consideration the lip. And then this side the tooth down to here. Get rid of the streak. Clip it inside the tooth. And then it multiply 50%. And just make that smooth. Yeah, I think that's about right. Actually, I'm going to put an extra note here. Just so it bends round the right way. That's it. Just for that lip. And now I'll just do the last two. And maybe the tongue after. Just look in. You could keep going forever for these things. If I go that one down to there, but then go this way. Take off the stroke. Bit of clip inside so. Go to multiply 50%. A lot of the same repetitive. That works straight away, that's good. So tongue wise, you'd actually have a weird shadow. I'll show you now. Like fine tongue, there we go. So we got the back of the mouth would make a shadow, and also the teeth would make a shadow. So we're actually doing this bit here, and then all the way around, like that. Get rid of the stroke, clip inside, multiply 50%, and now we can just, make it make sense. So we'll make that one smooth, and that one smooth. One just right in there. So yeah, just like that. Yeah, that's cool. So that's, is that the head done? I think that's the head done. I hope so. I'll probably come back to it. Tell you what you could do. I know we're not there yet, but just to finish this head off a little bit, I'm just gonna put a little highlight on his nose, just with the ellipse tool there. Just right there. Make that white, obviously. Or actually, I could show you the yellow, purple yellow technique. So let's go yellow. Because then you go to screen instead. I think this one's 25%. A bit lower, I think, than the other one. So what that does is just lighten that colour up a little bit. Just there, yeah. Well, that'll do nicely. In fact, you probably want it a little bit less yellow than that. Yeah, probably about there. Awesome. Okay. Moving on. You gotta watch me, I tell you. I'd be here for hours doing this. Let's go to his top. And the first obvious shadow on the top is where his head is. So we just follow that round. Like so. And we make that purple again. Get rid of the stroke. And now what I forgot. Oh, it multiply 50% and clip it inside. Don't know why it's still showing yellow in the layers there. That's very odd. It is purple. And I'm just gonna make that one sharp so it doesn't cause a and now I'm just gonna bend these slightly to make it match our character. And that one I'm gonna put sharp as well. Let me just go follow it around like this. And there we go. So that's brings his head a little bit out, so that's all good. So now the other obvious shadows are his armpits. So I'm just gonna move that shadow to the bottom. Like there, if it lets me do. Yeah. Now I'm just gonna add shadows for his armpits, which would actually be this side. Take into consideration that seam of his arm. So that's why I've done it like that. Get rid of the streak. Get multiply 50%. If it would let me. There we go. So yeah. You actually have a little bend where that is, and a little bend where that is. Just to follow his arm round. And then the same on the other side. We'll be back to normal next week. See me saying multiply, etc. hundreds of times that you've probably fed up by now of hearing it. Get rid of the streak, multiply 50%. I just feel like I'm repeating myself constantly doing that. But that is what you do. Yeah, there we go. Now, they're not so obvious shadows. So you would have a little bit where that tear is. Underneath the tear. So like this. I'll just follow it around. Get rid of the streak, multiply 50%. And what I'm going to do is just go over all of them and make it smooth. Make sure it follows the line there. So when we zoom out, yeah, that's cool. Now we do the same on the other one. Again, just following it around. Getting rid of that streak. You probably have dreams. I tell you, it's just like multiply 50%. I'm just gonna go over all these. Q2 smooth. I think that's right actually for that. Now that little hashtag there actually means that is kind of like dirty. So you could actually shade around that if you wanted to. I'll show you now. Like this. All the way around. Getting rid of that shrink. Multiply 50%. Done with the shit. And I just bend it so it makes sense. See the joint? Like that. And there we go. When you zoomed out, it looks right. I try so hard to do your style, and then I have softened. What I would do, you know, like I do like a line with the pen tool. Instead of that, use the fill tool, and then like say you're doing this stomach right now, just do the filter right across the stomach like this. Make sure that it's in the actual shirt. Yeah, straight across the stomach like that. And as you can see, it's actually shaded all that for you. Right on side. Just like you'd want. And that is the way I'd do it rather than, to get that same thing. Let's get rid of that. The other thing that you could do is you'd have to take off that entire piece like that. Give it the purple technique. Make sure it's inside of that shirt. And underneath all those lines would help. Yeah, just like that. Just gonna make that smooth. And then multiply 50%. And then go to FX. And scaled object always put on Jafty. Gaussian blurs with your friend here. And then you just Gaussian blur it. And it gives you that same effect as what that filter did. So 2 ways of doing the same thing there. So I hope that helps you out there in doing that. So what I'm gonna go to now is his shorts. There. And I'm gonna do the line where the t-shirt is over the top of the shorts. So I'd follow that one round. Just trying to copy everywhere that is. I think I'm gonna have to make a few of these nodes smooth. As it looks like they are. Just get rid of the stroke itself. And have a little play with those nodes, so make these ones smooth. This one and this one smooth. And I think these ones smooth. Now clip it inside the shorts. Cool. And now the usual multiply 50%. I love that how it matches the color of like what's underneath it. So even though we're using purple, it's now that dark yellow. So that's very cool. Can I make it a bit less of a shadow than that? Tidying up these nodes. That one's right. These ones a little bit less. But that one a little bit less as well. And there we go. So now it looks like his t-shirt's hanging over his shorts. So that's all good. Yep, that's cool. Now there is 2 more shoddy. It's right in this area here. There would be one here. Just get rid of that streak. And we go to multiply 50%. And then just bend it with the line, like so. And we do exactly the same on the other side. So pen tool right here. We get rid of that streak. We go to multiply 50%. And then just give it a little bend. See, mate, see if it looks right, which it does. In fact, what I would tend to do as well, because of where it is I would put another node here, and maybe one here. Just put it down towards that corner. Yeah. And the same on this side. Doing this on the fly, see? And just be up or down towards that corner like that. Yeah, that looks a bit more right. Now, what we're not taking into consideration is that whole right hand side of the body. It would be shaded. So, let's go back to where we were with the shirt. And what we're going to do is follow this. See, his face is like shadowed down to here. So we're just going to take that. Take into consideration the little seam. And then just do the rest of the shirt that colour. Oh, it's already clipped inside, that's handy. Just going to get rid of that streak. Go to multiply 50%. And can you see what's gone wrong here? Is that it's gone basically two lots of multiply over the top of each other, just here, and you don't want that. I'll sort that in a sec. Just making this go around is to me like so. Yeah, I think that's about right. So this one is multiplied twice. We actually want put that one up there. Actually, do we want that one? Thinking about it. So I'm just trying to work out in my head. Yeah, you would actually want that, wouldn't you? That's the main shadow, and that shadow would be there. So it would be darker. Yeah, in fact, I think we'll leave that. So let's go to the shorts. And continue what we're doing. So down from this line, down to here, and all this side here. If it would work, it's not working. Why is it not working? Down to there. Yeah, there we go. Now, get rid of the streak, get a multiply, 50%. Perfect. And again, just go around just like a little bit. Just like that. Perfect. Welcome back, Renee. So let's go to his legs. We'll come back to his arms in a sec. This leg here. It's gonna have the make shadow on it. This sort out the shadow that goes underneath his shorts for now. So we just follow that one around. I've actually got like a tiny little nick in it. And then around there. Correct. Get rid of the streak. Go to multiply. 50%. And clip it into his leg. Like that. I will adjust it with new tool, but we didn't really have to on this one. That's like pretty good as it is. Yeah, that's cool. What I'm going to do, just like I did on that piece there, is just bring this down to this corner. Just like that. Yep, just like that. Now we're going to do the shadow that's going all the way down his body. So continuing that line through here. And up there. Get rid of the streak. Go to multiply 50%. And join that line to that line. Best we can. If it would let me. I think that's pretty good. But I like going down to points, so what we'll do is we'll go down to this point here eventually when it allows me. Yeah, just like that. And we need to raise that a little bit so it doesn't interfere. Just reading the comments. So Renee is saying that iPad version has to be developed to be a 3-in-1 version. Nice. Can't wait. This foot. So let's start with the shadow that goes underneath the fur. So like that. Get rid of that streak. Go to multiply 2%. And clip it into the foot. If it would let me. There we go. Just needs a little bit of tidying, not much. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. But now there is a little bit extra to this one. So this one here would actually come round. And we're gonna have to add more. Just bring that right out. Make that smooth. And that one smooth. And doing it like talking that because I'm concentrating on where it should go. I'd probably have it going around there. But then back up to the next two like this. If we can get it to do it. I'll put a note there so it doesn't do that. And this one coming around. And then do exactly the same again, but another node. So it starts from by here. And node it back to there. If we make these sharp, then we'll be able to bend them easier. Fit this too. Just like that. Starting to look a bit more like correct. I'm just gonna extend that so it doesn't look so weird when it's zoomed out. I think that's about right. That looks good. So now the shadow that's coming along this side of the body will actually take up all that. I was gonna follow that line all the way. Change the multiply. Get rid of the streak. 50%. You got the slightest little bit of light there. And the rest of the foot would be in the shadow, but the deeper shadow like that. Yeah, he's getting there. Go to the other foot. Start with the leg, just here. And do that same where we come in and follow this line. Like that. I'm just going to do this for now. I know you need to change it in a sec. Get rid of the streak. Change multiply 50%. And then clip it inside of that leg. But what we need to do is put just the thumb on the node tool. I just like going down to the point. So about there. Yeah, that's cool. Just gonna add another node to make it even near down there. Like that. There we go. I'm just thinking on this side, it's not in the constant shadow like that one is. It would have a little bit of a shadow. I'm just gonna add another node and go to this corner as well. Just because of how the leg is round, it would actually have a little bit of shadow there too. Yeah, I think that's about right. So I'm trying to work out in my head as I go. Yeah. So let's go to the town. And let's start by the usual and the first shadow like that. Then add to it. As we go, I might as well do that because I know I'm going to add to it. Clip it inside of the foot. Underneath all those black lines, preferably. If it would let me. There we go. Now to multiply 50%. Get rid of the streak. 504 members. Yeah, so as Vectober ends, our next stream will probably be a 500 subscriber special. Maybe there'll be a brush pack or something. Something like that. Very cool. Thank you very much. Now, tidying up these names. Now again, this one has to come all the way down here. And add another one so it goes out of the foot like this. Yeah, right there. Just gonna make these smooth. Yeah, just like that. Just like that. Okay. So now I can add more nodes here. I'll make that sharp because they're easier to bend when they're sharp. And go around that too. And do the same again for this one. Just here. But I'm gonna actually have the shadow a little bit of the fur. And bend it back in like that. With that. Oh, wrong one. That one. Yeah, just gonna follow up the fur a little bit. Gonna have to add other nodes to make that happen. Yeah, just like that. Again, I don't know if this is right, but this is the way I would do it. Yeah, looks pretty good to me. So going into the hand now. And then I can bind it on this hand. I can't see any layers, it's all black. It's like that, terrible. So I'm gonna go through layers so I know which one's which. So which one's the hand? The bottom, yeah, the bottom one. Okay, so going underneath this fur here. Like that. Taking off the streak. Going to multiply 50%. And get the new tool. Now, this t-shirt is actually a little bit over the hand. So you would have a tiny little bit of shadow here. So I'm going to make this node smooth to show that. Okay. So now I'll just follow the spur around. But when it comes to the other side as well, just clip it into the hand. Do we know? Yeah, there we go. So yeah, coming from this side, you'd have a shadow that goes around this finger. And what we're gonna have to do is add more nodes, great. And make them sharp. So they're easier to bend. And just trying to think how it would go. You take that entire finger into consideration like that. But now you need the same on the next ones. So I'm gonna add more nodes. But not around the same. Even more nodes. Then this one around the same. The node here. This looks the right mess. But trust the process. I think it's because those are not sharp. That's it. Told you things get easier when it's sharp. Make that sharp as well. Just like that. And that one's sharp. Oh, I know what it is. That one's running the wrong way. That one needs to be down the bottom, and that one needs to be up. That's what it is. And that's why it's looking weird. Okay, like that. On this side, what we could do is make this one come up here. I'm just gonna bend that back down, put another node there. And then actually just make another node there. Just like that. Yeah, I think that's about right. Yeah, looks about right to me. Okay. Now, instead of doing all that again, I'm just gonna duplicate it and move it to the other side and put it inside of the other hand. Must be this one. Yep. Will I put the other hand? Why not? Flip it. No, not. That looks about right, you know. Looks more right. We're gonna have to adjust these nodes. They're just blue for this hand, even though it should be exactly the same. So that's a bit odd. I'm just gonna tidy this up. So many layers. So many nodes, I mean. Yeah, I think that's looking more right to me now. That needs to be a little bit up there. Yeah, I think that's getting more right. Make sure that isn't there. Yeah, I'm not too sure what happened there, but okay. It's fixed. And now just the arm itself. So which bit's the arm? This one? Okay. So let's go underneath the t-shirt first. So we'll go and follow that line. But the t-shirt is actually making its own shadow on this arm as well. So we'll have that matching the hand. We'll get rid of the streak. Go to multiply 50%. And now I've got to try and fit it inside of there. I was going to say we're going to have to find where it is now. So let's make that go there. And so those two lines pretty much meet up. If you can see what I mean. Yeah, that's good. So this looks a bit blocky, so I'm going to just lose the shadow a little bit. That side. That looks a bit better. Because of the way the t-shirt is. So this has some extra bits of fluff showing. We're going to have to add some more little shadows under here. And because the sun is coming from that side, you'd actually have it this side. Get rid of that streak so I can see what I'm doing. Change that to sharp so I can see what I'm doing there as well. Gonna have to go to multiply 50%. Okay, go on. There we go. And I just move the names so it makes sense. Yeah, just like that. Yeah, so yeah, perfect. Now do the same with the other one. So go on to this one here. And have this come down here. Get rid of the streak. No idea why it keeps putting it on there. Maybe they fixed it in the new version. I'm not sure. Change it to multiply 50%. And then we're actually gonna have to make that one smooth so it matches. Yeah, there we go. But do we have to make that one smooth as well? Punch. Yeah, it looks a bit better. We are so close. I know the 8 o'clock, but do you mind if I just finish last one of the Vectober? I've got his other arm and his tail. Until someone says, I'm just going to carry on a minute. Trying to work out where's the other arm. Yeah, that one. So, I'm going to quickly put in shadow underneath the t-shirt here. Get rid of that streak. Change it to multiply 50%. It's like, go ahead if you want. Until Lou shouts at me, I will. Did I clip inside there? I can't remember. Not sure. Make that follow that edge. This one looks pretty good. There it is. Now I'm just going to use some shadows for this fur. So on this side this time. Like this. Get rid of that streak. That's horrible. Change that one to smooth. And have these like that. Change it to multiply 50%. Cool. And then the other one. But hey, Bobby. It would be a shame to see it not finished. Okay. I'm trying to rush. Multiply 50%. Change that one to smooth. Yeah, that'll do that one. I think that's fine. So onto his tail. But and what I would do is this is causing a shadow onto here. All of this. So this is the main shadow. Get rid of that streak. Take it to 50%. Multiply. Change these inner ones to smooth. So it goes around the shape. So this going to the point. Well, and then just one underneath. So from here all the way around, we'll make it stop about there. Get rid of that streak. Into multiply 50%. And we just bend it around there. And we just add in these little flicks. One there. And we'll have one here. As well. Clip it inside the tail, does help. And there we go. Yeah, we got 3-1. Oh, highlights. Oh, okay. We nearly done one. We done one with shadows. But yeah, so I'll do these in my own time, but at least you've seen them fully shadowed. And there we go. Perfect. Hope you find that enjoyable. I will let you go now, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for coming.
Paint strokes hit the screen like a heartbeat. Teek Fox in the zone, can't skip a beat. Tutorials blaze and it's block the art. Digital canvas, when a legend start.